Godzilla vs. Deadpool, Regeneration vs. Destruction. Alright folks, picture this. An unstoppable force of nature meets an unkillable mercenary with a flair for the dramatic. Who takes the crown in this epic showdown? Hey there, comic book lovers and monster movie buffs. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the wildest, what-if, battles across all universes. Today, we've got a matchup that's so outrageous, it could only exist in the realm of pure imagination. Godzilla, the legendary king of monsters, versus Deadpool, the mouthy mercenary who just won't stay down. I mean, seriously. On one side, we've got a skyscraper-sized lizard with atomic breath that could toast an entire city faster than you can say radioactive, and on the other, a guy who treats fatal injuries like minor inconveniences and cracks jokes while doing it. It's the ultimate showdown, regeneration versus destruction. So, grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's jump into this colossal clash. Let's kick things off with the big guy, Godzilla. Born from nuclear radiation, this towering titan first emerged from the depths back in 1954, embodying post-war anxieties about nuclear power. Over decades, Godzilla has gone from menacing villain to a more sympathetic anti-hero, but one thing's for sure. Wherever he goes, chaos follows. Godzilla's story begins in the Pacific Ocean, mutated by nuclear tests. Serving as a metaphor for the devastation of nuclear weapons, he became a force of nature, uncontrollable and awe-inspiring. Notably, Godzilla wields an atomic breath, a devastating radioactive beam that can decimate anything in its path. His colossal size and strength make him a walking natural disaster. Standing anywhere from 164 to over 350 feet tall, depending on the film, his near-indestructible hide is tough enough to withstand missiles, bombs, and even other monsters' attacks. Battles against other kaiju, including King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Mechagodzilla, are among his notable feats. Godzilla has left major cities like Tokyo and New York in ruins and has even survived nuclear explosions, which only seem to make him stronger. Now, shifting gears to the sarcastic, fourth-wall-breaking anti-hero we all love, Deadpool. Wade Wilson started as a mercenary with a mouth, but after a desperate attempt to cure his terminal cancer through the Weapon X program, he gained an accelerated healing factor that came with some side effects. Wade's transformation wasn't a smooth one. The experiments left him horribly scarred but virtually unkillable. Embracing his new identity, he became Deadpool, a mercenary who's as unpredictable as he is deadly. Deadpool boasts accelerated healing and regeneration, allowing him to recover from wounds that would be fatal to anyone else, including regrowing limbs and organs. As an expert swordsman, marksman, and hand-to-hand combatant, he's a master of martial arts and weaponry. He also has a unique awareness of his fictional existence, often using it to his advantage to break the fourth wall. Notable feats include taking down Marvel villains and heroes, surviving extreme injuries and comic escapades across universes, including the time he killed the entire Marvel universe in a satirical series. What makes Deadpool such a tough opponent? It's all about that healing factor. Deadpool's regeneration is next level, even by comic book standards. While Wolverine's healing is impressive, Deadpool can bounce back from virtually any injury. There have been instances where he's been reduced to a single cell and managed to come back. It's like he's got a get-out-of-death-free card. Deadpool's healing factor provides a psychological edge, demoralizing to opponents since he laughs off their best hits. This ability allows him to take risks, attempting wild, high-risk maneuvers without worrying about the consequences. He can outlast opponents simply because he doesn't tire in the traditional sense. On the flip side, Godzilla brings unparalleled destructive capabilities to the table. His atomic breath isn't your average fire breath, it's a concentrated beam of radiation that can obliterate pretty much anything. With immense physical might, he can crush buildings underfoot and hurl monsters through the air. Conventional weapons are like mosquito bites to him, as his durability makes even advanced weaponry often fail to make a dent. Godzilla represents the uncontrollable forces of nature, serving as a stark reminder of humanity's smallness. His rampages aren't just about physical destruction but also about the consequences of our actions. Time to imagine this wild encounter. Picture a sprawling, deserted metropolis, a concrete jungle waiting to be torn apart. The sky is overcast, thunder rumbling in the distance. Enter Godzilla, emerging from the sea, each step sending tremors through the ground. Deadpool's chilling on a rooftop, probably munching on a chimichanga when he feels the shake. Oh, did I leave the oven on, or is that a massive plot device heading this way? He spots Godzilla and immediately breaks the fourth wall. Well, guess the writers have run out of ideas. Deadpool being Deadpool, he doesn't run. Nope, he pulls out his katanas and guns, making a beeline toward the behemoth. Go big or go home, right? He unleashes a flurry of bullets which, unsurprisingly, have zero effect. Godzilla glances down, perhaps noticing the tiny annoyance at his feet. Time to amp it up. Deadpool whips out a rocket launcher, don't ask where he got it, firing directly at Godzilla's face. The explosion creates a cloud of smoke. Deadpool strikes a victory pose. Score 1 for the little guy. But as the smoke clears, Godzilla's unscathed visage emerges. His dorsal fins glow ominously. Oh, that's not good. Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath, and Deadpool is engulfed in a devastating beam. From the ashes, Deadpool's hand pops up. Is that all you've got? He regenerates, albeit a bit singed. Okay, plan B. Deadpool decides to get creative. He hijacks a nearby construction crane and attempts to swing onto Godzilla's back. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. He doesn't finish before being swatted away like a fly, crashing through several buildings. Realizing conventional methods aren't working, Deadpool ponders. Think, Wade, think. How do you stop a giant lizard? An idea sparks. He pulls out a device. Good thing I borrowed this Pym particle gizmo from that Ant-Man cosplayer. He attempts to enlarge himself but ends up only slightly taller. Well, that's disappointing. Godzilla, perhaps bored or simply indifferent, begins to walk away. Deadpool shrugs. Guess you can't win 'em all. He runs after Godzilla. Wait up, big guy. We could be a dynamic duo. Think of the merchandising opportunities. He clambers up Godzilla's tail, settling in for a ride. Next stop, Tokyo. Godzilla's overwhelming power and size make him nearly invincible on a physical level. Deadpool's regenerative abilities mean he can't be easily disposed of, but his capacity to actually harm Godzilla is limited. Could Deadpool, with enough preparation and perhaps some borrowed tech, find a way to affect Godzilla? Maybe, but in a spontaneous encounter, he's more of a nuisance than a threat. Debates rage on forums. Some fans think Deadpool's unpredictability and genre-savvy nature give him an edge, especially if he breaks the fourth wall to pull some narrative strings. Others believe Godzilla's raw power is just too much for even Deadpool to handle. Godzilla has been a staple of global pop culture for over 6 decades. He's starred in over 30 films, inspired countless knockoffs, and become a symbol of the unintended consequences of technological advancement. From obscure comic book anti-hero to blockbuster movie star, Deadpool's journey is a testament to the appeal of subverting genre norms. His self-awareness and irreverent humor broke the mold of the traditional superhero narrative. Both characters have made significant strides outside their original mediums, video games, cartoons, merchandise. While an official crossover seems unlikely, fan creations keep the dream alive. So, in this battle of titans, well, one titan and one persistent merc, we've explored how the unstoppable force meets the unkillable object. It's a wild, nonsensical ride, but hey, that's the fun of speculation. At its core, this matchup highlights the limitless possibilities when you let your imagination run free. It's not about who would actually win, it's about enjoying the absurdity and celebrating these iconic characters. But I want to hear from you. Who do you think takes the win in this outrageous face-off? Do you have a cunning plan where Deadpool could topple Godzilla? Or is the king of monsters just too mighty? Share your thoughts, theories, and wild ideas in the comments below.